The octopus is pretty smart.
Octopuses are smart, but they're not fish.
No.
They're cephalopods.
New game. Yeah.
New.
One player. Easy mode. Come on.
That's our mode, baby.
Come on. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is Qui-Gon Jinn.
And I'm his Padawan learner.
And what do you... Wait, what? Hang on. Mace Windu has a blue lightsaber. Obi-Wan has a purple lightsaber. That doesn't make any...
I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be purple. I think it's light blue.
Do you think so?
Blue.
Well, then what's Mace Windu's? Why is his like blue?
His is just wrong.
This is incorrect.
Oh, and it does look more purple when you're off him.
All right, who should
when
we play
as? When he
as?
was holding it up, it looked more green.
Plo Koon, Qui-Gon Jinn, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or who?
We should be Plo Koon.
I mean, obviously.
Since we can't be Yaddle.
Right. Obviously.
The donut ship.
Oh, they're so stupid.
It's so
Such
dumb.
dumb designs. Man, Phantom Menace was stupid.
Ugh.
What a dumb movie.
This is the one where Qui-Gon became a slaver.
Right? I'm going to go collect this child I found on the desert planet. It's totally fine. I have this women's chic razor that will tell me whether or not he's got the right stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, if two strange men came to your planet and gave you a blood test to see if you could be their special boy, what would you think's going on?
Do you think he goes along with it because he might as well?
He might as well. He's used to it, right? Oh, there's the gas. So they sent, in this world, they sent you, Plo Koon, alone.
Right, by myself, to negotiate with the Trade Federation.
That speaks highly of you.
I'm trying so hard not to do the voices.
Yeah, don't do the voices.
I'm not going to do the voices.
Don't do the voices.
It's bad enough that the voices of the Trade Federation frog people sound the way they do in the movie. You want to hear what they sound like? Go watch The Phantom Menace if you dare.
What is going on down there?
We lost the transmission, sir.
If you think you can take it.
I think it's well documented that George Lucas is really fascinated endlessly with other cultures.
Yeah, real fast and loose with it.
But he's also a boomer.
Total boomer.
So his commentary on that usually consists of, hey, look at this, isn't that weird?
These weirdos.
And it's not necessarily negative in his mind, but it's also pretty broad, pretty, it's just not subtle. It's not
the most not
nuanced.
Subtle, right, the most not subtle version isn't even in a Star Wars movie. It was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where they're doing the dinner.
Produced by George Lucas.
He was there being like,
this is hilarious. Make him eat monkey brains.
Make him eat the weird food.
Every time George Lucas finds a new culture, I just picture that scene from Austin Powers where he's like, isn't that weird?
I'm from Holland, isn't that weird? Amazing.
Like, that's what I think his reaction to every culture is like. Oh, that's wild. We got to put that in a movie.
Real quick, are you seeing the blaster bolt deflection?
Yeah.
In this game? That's fucking awesome.
It's pretty sick for this generation of game. I mean, we're all used to Battlefront 2 and stuff for our Xboxes and PlayStations and shit now, but man, this was the height of technology. How stoked were you for these games at the time?
Oh, extremely.
Right?
And all I had was, I never owned this game. All I had was a PS1 demo disc with this first level on it. And I played the shit out of it.
I was going to say, you're cruising through this.
I know what to fucking do here.
Is that TC-14? Is that who that is? The one that serves you tea at the beginning?
This guy? He's dead.
The silver-bodied one.
Yeah, give me a second. He's about to be... See ya.
Oh, no, I'm scared. Oh.
He's a Trade Federation droid. He's the enemy.
Oof.
All droids must die. Come on.
See, these are the existential arguments of Star Wars, because that's the protocol droid just programmed to help them. He has no real free will of his own.
What you mean is I shouldn't feel bad about destroying him because he's just a big talking trash can.
Or you should feel worse. Because he's like a slave. George's favorite theme.
Right.
Slavery.
The creepiest creature in Star Wars, as far as like the dark side of the Star Wars universe, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a half droid, half person situation.
Yes, they take out your brain. Is it like all of your brain up to like the brain stem?
They lop off the top of your head and replace it with just this some kind of like looks like a small Macintosh, like a small an Apple. They put a Mac on top of where your head used to be.
Oh, they have a stupid name for them too. It's the decraniated.
Oh, that's so
literally without a cranium.
It's just more disrespectful. Oh man, they're creepy. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. It's actually really fucked up.
Yeah, if somebody just literally started at the bridge of your nose and cut the rest of your head off and then set like an old floppy disk drive on top of it and called it good.
Give them the old Apple II treatment. You know what I mean?
Made you serve tea and shit.
Right, and then they do the dumbest shit. All they do is serve drinks, and I'm like, y'all could have got a droid. It would have been cheaper, surely, just to build a whole droid. No, probably not. Just use a guy and put a computer on his head.
It serves a twofold purpose. One, you get a servant out of it, but two, this is what they do to fugitives.
Right. No, I get it. It's a punishment.
So it's a punishment, you know.
And it's cruel and unusual.
But it's a crazy doctor who did it. You know what I mean? Like the surgeon who did it, Cornelius Evazan.
He's the guy from the first Batman movie that tried to fix Joker's face after he got dunked.
Yes.
That's same dude.
He also put the robot heart inside Brock Sampson on Venture Brothers.
Ever since the Iron Man, everybody wants to do robot heart.
Amazing. Ow. Hold still. Thank you. Yeah. Whoa, easy.
Oh, man.
I don't remember this guy in the movie. This guy kind of looks like the guy that Ripley got in at the end of the Aliens to kill the mama alien.
Can I ask you a question about the Phantom Menace?
No.
Okay.
No. Of course you can. I'm here to answer your questions.
If not now, when?
God damn.
What is the titular Phantom Menace? What does that refer to?
It's Palpatine.
To you.
Palpatine is the Phantom.
That's the most literal translation.
Right. That's who the menace is.
Right. The actual menace is him. But it's also kind of the theme overall, right?
Am I not hitting this guy? Yeah.
Right. It's that behind the scenes evil.
Right. I see what you mean.
So the Phantom Menace.
So the Phantom Menace is just like.
It's the Sith in general.
Gotcha.
It's political instability. It's slavery. It's all of that stuff, right?
Right.
It's the gangster Hutts who run Tatooine. Like that's your starting point for episode 1. It's
right.
All this.
It's the
setting
eerie,
up of all the evil.
It's the eerie unknown. It's like, is it going to be okay? Probably not.
That seems like a threat. That seems like it could be a menace.
Someone should do something. So we talked about how freaky those one half human, half robot droids are from Star Wars.
I'm glad they don't really show up on screen. I can't imagine that being great for a movie that George repeatedly says is targeted towards children.
Right. No, I'm pretty sure they were in some kind of movie somewhere.
I think you see him in the background somewhere. I think there might be one on Cloud City.
Probably.
Isn't that dude who carries around the ice cream machine for Lando? Isn't he one of them, or is he just an android?
I don't know what his deal is. I think he's just an android. But he's got the thing on the back of his head. He looks like a guy. So yeah, that's a disturbing thing from Star Wars, but I can't think of anything that was really like scary from Star Wars. That's not the vibe they're going for.
No, when I think back to my childhood, I think that there's two distinct categories. There's stuff that is meant for children that I was watching, and that occasionally had some scary stuff in it.
Sure, like the average Don Bluth film.
And then I said scary, not traumatizing emotionally. And then
all those mice got sucked down the vent. They're all dead.
All of them.
All of them, except Mrs. Prisby, or Mr. Prisby, and his wife, Mrs. Frisbee.
So
Frisbee? What are they called? It doesn't matter.
So there's that. There's crying over a kid's movie, right? Like when psychotic genie's all big at the end of Aladdin, you're
right.
just kind of scared by it. That's meant for children, though. And then there's also the other category of stuff that I was watching that was probably not meant for me either.
Oh,
it was
sure.
Also terrifying.
The first horror movie that I saw when I was a kid that really freaked me out was The Exorcist.
Okay, I think that freaked out adults too. I don't think you had to be a kid to be freaked out by that.
I've never finished it. I've never gone back to watch it.
Really?
I've seen the Exorcist sequels. They're a little softer, I think, but I cannot watch the first Exorcist movie.
The first Exorcist is its own thing. It's its own movie. The sequels are more just like scary movies in general.
I died.
But yeah, you've been traumatized so much that you've never finished it. That's interesting.
Here's the weird part is that the traumatizing thing I saw wasn't even the movie itself. It was like a 10 o'clock thing on Fox 2 News where they were talking about things that traumatize children, and then they threw up a picture of her eyes rolled into the back of her head, and she's running down the stairs backwards.
Poor Reagan.
And it fucking freaked me out, man.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even the movie. It was a news story about how terrifying the movies are for children. And then it just cemented it for me. They're like, no, the news is right.
The news is correct.
The news is correct. This is some freaky shit. Your kids should not be watching this.
They don't just talk about movies on the news. This is different. This is for real this time, you guys.
I had tons of exposure to shit that I shouldn't have seen. And I'm talking like Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, at way too young of an age.
You know what's weird to me about you not finishing The Exorcist, though, is that so much of that movie is build-up. So
right.
You sat through probably like an hour and a half of a 2-hour movie before it was too scary. Probably, yeah. Because the first part of the movie is all the medical tests and stuff like that. And it is very, very good. It's well done. It sets the tone extremely well. But nothing outright scary happens.
Sure, yeah. The money shot doesn't come till later.
It doesn't come till much later, and when everything's kind of breaking loose. So I think it's really interesting that you didn't finish the movie. Like, I wonder exactly how far into her treatment you got.
I have no idea.
I'd love to just hold you down and force you to watch it. Give you a little exposure therapy.
Some Clockwork Orange shit, pry my eyeballs open.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that freaked me out when I was a kid.
But you're right. I also had access to stuff. Like I was watching Halloween and all that back then.
Stuff you probably shouldn't have seen.
But honestly, the first Halloween, not super gory.
No, not really.
Not too graphic in that way. Definitely scary. Does a lot with a little.
Right. And that's my thing, is that when it comes to horror or things that are freaky, I like vibes. You know?
Vibes go a long way. I'll watch a lot of bad movies.
I don't need a lot of gore.
That have good vibes.
So when I was a kid, because Exorcist freaked me out, I sought out things that would make me feel creeped out. Not actually, like, show me something that will fuck me up for days or years to come.
I want to soak in a hot tub of creepiness. I don't want to be drowned in it.
Sure.
You know? Just give me the vibes. Let me acclimate myself to it.
So that makes me think about other stuff that kind of freaked me out as a kid that like really like terrified me. Clowns are big. Clowns are easy. They're all up in your face.
I got over the clown thing. I get why people are scared of them, but I'm not scared of clowns.
Well, that's what I mean, is that I understand why people are freaked out by clowns, but I'm not. If I see a clown, I'm not going to avoid it, but I haven't seen a clown in a long time.
They're not in the wild.
They're not around.
Not since that one weird marketing campaign with the scary clowns.
Back in the day, you go to Walmart and there was always a clown for some reason. And I'm talking not the super centers. I'm talking the small Walmarts before they got huge.
Before you got to super centers.
Every time we'd go to the local tiny Walmart, there was a clown there, and I'm like,
I feel like
what's all the clowns for?
There used to be a lot more kind of just generic, nondescript children's entertainers.
Sure, yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, you just hire a clown. You don't need to actually get Spider-Man for your kid's party. You don't need to get Iron Man to show up or Dora the Explorer to show up. You can just get a clown.
Yeah, this is a guy.
Just get a clown.
Oh, there's
fine.
Larry.
All kids like them.
Larry's a great clown. You can't go wrong with Larry. He's gonna take care of you. And really, his taking care of you is just,
he's gonna
time went on and making balloon animals for kids. But he's
gonna
drunk.
do some balloon animals.
He's been drinking.
Smear some grease paint on you that looks vaguely like a paw print or whatever.
Right. You're a tiger now.
And he's just hoping to make his alimony payments. That's all. Just gonna go back to his little Airstream trailer and get wasted.
When I say Larry, it reminds me of the Weird Al song about taking this guy named Larry out into the middle of the woods and burying him alive.
Oh, that's a favorite.
Classic Weird Al.
That old chestnut.
So what's something that freaked you out as a kid? What's something that really stuck with you that you still think about to this day that you either have come to terms with or you still avoid? Because I still avoid The Exorcist.
Yeah, things that used to scare me and how they affect me now.
Two different things.
When you were talking about, you didn't have to see The Exorcist to be scared of it. Even a TV spot made you scared of it.
Right.
I feel that way about the original Robert Stack hosted Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, interesting.
There was a time in my life when I was a child, and they were running that show at like 8 or 9 at night, you know? And it was right around my bedtime. And that is the TV show that made me go from sleeping with my door open to sleeping with my door closed.
Oh no.
Because I would hear the theme music.
Sure.
And I would hear Robert Stack's gravelly, serious voice talking about all the people that had been murdered or disappeared.
Tupac Shakur was executed by a hired assassin.
And it freaked me out. And specifically, it freaked me out because it was real.
Right.
It wasn't Halloween. It wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street. These are real hikers and shit that went missing. These are real supernatural, quote-unquote, unexplained phenomena.
Sure, yeah.
Like, it was... I didn't have that buffer to say, it's a made-up story. That ain't even real. You can see the corn syrup. No. This was, and you may be next, because this really happened to someone who lives in a small town just like you. Like, that was the vibe of that show. So you want to talk about evil vibes. Unsolved Mysteries had an evil vibe. Although it did kind of lay the foundation for some of my love of synths. I do love synth music.
It's a fucking dope genre, man, and it works for everything.
It works. It's more versatile than people give it credit for. So that was definitely just a small thing that stuck out of my brain as I avoided it like the plague at the time. Now I enjoy Unsolved Mysteries.
You see my giant lightsaber?
It's so long.
Why is this fucking so long?
Why don't you have the girth to match it? That's just gonna hit cervix, bro.
Girls like that, right? They like them really long.
They like to
thin.
get punched in the cervix.
Right.
Yeah.
They want to get like a needle going inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
It's like a pap smear every time.
Girls like that, right?
That's
They like
hot,
pap.
right?
They like pap smears. Pap smears are fucking sexy. There was some weird stuff that happened when I was a kid on the farm. My grandpa had a farm.
Boy, that could just mean anything. Huh?
It could be. No, in this case, my grandpa owned a farm. Some weekends, Grandpa would fetch me. We'd go to the farm, stay the night there. Mm-hmm. No sounds were made. There's no box fan at the farm. It was just pitch black in the middle of nowhere.
We call it country quiet.
Country quiet, and I did not sleep well.
Really?
In the country, not
you don't
at
like
all.
that?
No.
Maybe
Even now, I need a fan.
Maybe because I grew up outside of town.
That helps, yeah.
And we had 5 acres, so like not farmland, but there was enough separation and space that it was pretty quiet out there.
The droidicas.
Don't. You came so close.
So close.
Yeah, no much for droidicas.
I heard something interesting.
Quit swinging your fists at me with your meaty clubs.
So they're doing all these voices for episode 1, and
now it's it's long. It's still yeah.
And you've got Newt Gunray and those guys, and then you've also got like the pod racer announcers and all the other little aliens that just have like a couple of lines.
The pod racer announcers are my favorite.
Greg Proops.
Oh, okay.
And another guy that does the Hutt-Ease.
Do the Hutt-Ease voice. It's somehow still bad. Even though it's a made-up fake language that only happens in Star Wars, if you fake...
new Wookiee nipple pinchy. Like,
it still sounds bad.
It just sounds stupid. But I think he does an amazing tauntaun.
I suck his tauntaun.
His tauntaun is immaculate.
He's like, here's a tauntaun dying.
And you're like, yeah, I can close my eyes and I can see Phil Tippett's animation.
Fucking nailed it.
Fucking nailed it.
Down here. I like the little Yoda laughs every time you pick up a deal. Anyway, I have vivid memories of things that probably didn't happen at the farm. I'm talking like I'm talking like alien life forms and shit. Glowing green lights, like orbs of light coming from the barn. These are things I probably dreamt.
I mean, turns out your grandpa just had a grow operation in the barn.
Probably not. He was a pharmacist, though, so maybe.
So maybe something a little more fun.
Probably just pills. Pharmacists don't believe in the holistic stuff.
I've got a degree in homeopathic medicine.
You've got a degree in baloney.
Anyway, no, a lot of creepy stuff out of the farm, It was just a creepy place to be at night because it was so dark.
A still, quiet, dark place, yeah. It can go from peaceful to ominous very quickly.
And it did often.
Especially when you're a kid, I feel like, and there's so much of the world that feels unknown. in general.
So when he was like, "Hey, you want to come stay the night at the farm with me?" I'm like, "We can go for the day.
We must be gone before sunset.
As long as we're gone before nightfall. Tight. Let's go."
Don't let the darkness catch you out there, boy.
I refuse to stay there. It's creepy.
That's fair. But I don't know. I went to a lot of Boy Scout camping trips and stuff. So we ended up in a lot of tents in random places.
So this was
in the middle of nowhere.
This was an old schoolhouse that was, renovated into being just a house you could live in, but it still had like the little ledge where the podium would go. Mm-hmm. In one of the bedrooms, the ledge was still there because the foundation was there. It was part of the foundation.
Oh, okay.
So it was just, you thought about creepy things happening in this old schoolhouse out in the woods. I have this one memory. Again, it's probably just a dream that I had.
It's probably been embellished over the years in your mind while you've thought about it over, the years.
Yeah. Middle of the night, front doors open because it's nice out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just these weird-looking, all I can think of is to call them aliens walk through and try to abduct me. And it fucked me up.
Now, at that point, had you seen X-Files and stuff?
No, not really.
What I mean, would you have seen that imagery other places?
We were at
that
Tales.
You can specifically remember.
We were at Tales from the Crypt house, not an X-Files house.
Okay.
So I didn't have a lot of like alien exposure, really.
Right.
Just creepy stuff.
Something that your child brain could kind of transpose.
Right. Yeah. Nothing like that. So, are aliens real? I don't know. Probably not the way we think they are.
Probably not the way we think they are. That's probably the closest.
But surely something exists. Something is alive somewhere.
Yeah. By some definition. Yeah.
Right.
Which is interesting to think about, but also deeply meaningless because odds are it'll never affect us in any way.
But that reminds me of something that still kind of freaks you out that I don't want to talk about because I don't want to upset you.
You can upset me. It's fine.
A fire in the sky?
Yeah, it's deeply upsetting.
You can upset me. It's fine. That's very upsetting. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I fucking love that movie.
There were two things. Yeah, there was alien stuff. Certain alien things like fire in the sky creeps me out because again, maybe real. It might be real.
It could have happened. It could happen.
I've never been scared of vampires or werewolves or mummies. Those are all just fun monsters because they're totally fake.
Right, we made them up.
They're metaphors. Metaphors can't hurt you. But real stuff, like the unknown possibility of aliens or unsolved mysteries, that's totally a category that would freak me out.
Sure.
And then aside from that, I was creeped out by, and this is going to sound stupid.
I'm excited.
I was freaked out by rapidly aging or de-aging things.
Oh, cool. So like Hercules in the Disney Hercules where he's in the river Styx.
Terrifying when he turns into that old man in the river Styx. That scene in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Yeah, okay.
Where the guy drinks from the chalice.
You have chosen poorly.
Yeah, he chose poorly.
And his face got all old and weird.
And look, I like those, you ever see those time-lapse videos of like a decomposing fox?
Yeah, gotcha.
That stuff's fine. Again, that strikes me as more, this is science, this is real, this is...
Right, yeah.
But anything where the person would just, and now I'm becoming old. Like, it happens to a lot of villains.
Now I'm an old man.
Where they're, oh no, help me, I'm becoming, happens in a couple of Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
It's that one witch's curse for the whole movie.
There's a movie.
Just an old lady.
There's a movie called Old, where the people get old on this beach.
Haven't watched it.
Oh, it's fucked up.
I won't watch it.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Doesn't one of them get pregnant?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it was messed up.
It's a beach that you can't leave. But time works weird there with aging.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. It's crazy.
And it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I liked it, and okay.
And now you don't as much?
now I'm like, why do I like it, though? Like, surely, was he kind of hands-off?
Look, you talk...
He directed the movie, but it was really hands-off. Really hands-off direction.
Yeah. He was a director. I'm putting up air quotes.
Right.
We were talking about vibes. Shyamalan movies have a very distinct vibe.
Sure.
It's a slow, quiet, kind of methodical, weird vibe.
I like his.
It's vaguely uncomfortable, even when he's not trying to be, I feel like.
I like the way that he tries to create. I like his method of world building.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really good at that. Is that he's really good at stacking lore on top of lore, and it's lore that you didn't even know existed because it's only ever going to exist within this movie.
Right.
That's a talent.
It draws you in.
Right.
And really, I can only think of twice when that's gone wrong for him.
Right.
I think Lady in the Water was a big swing.
It was heavy-handed.
It was a little much.
Yeah. But again, he tried to do the world building.
But that was
within that.
kind of the extreme version of what we're talking about. I don't know if The Happening was very successful with that either, although it was intriguing. You know, that initial seed of an idea, pun intended, because The Happening is all about seeds and plants.
Right.
They just should have gotten 2 actors who could do reactions.
Now I'm starting to second guess myself. Did he do Unbreakable?
Yeah.
Okay, good. 'Cause that's an example of where
it's successful.
Right. Sixth Sense, same thing.
Sixth Sense, beautiful, well crafted story that's all contained right there in the story, you know, and it draws you into that little world. Very effective. News break. The Sixth Sense was good. Like that's hot. That's like hot take.
It's a hot take. Well, of course it was good.
Everyone liked it.
Everyone knows the twists now because of Scary Movie, but still, it was still incredible. And I like Signs. I don't know if everyone likes Signs.
I enjoy Signs. I think it's a little more divisive. I don't think it's that polarizing, but yeah, definitely mixed reviews.
Again, it's vibes for me. I love the vibe of that movie.
The vibe of that movie is great. You gotta really look past Mel Gibson.
Really got to look past the stupid, the way things kind of end. If you look past a lot of the movie, it's a pretty good movie.
So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the sound down to where you can't quite make out the audio, and squint your eyes. And it's a pretty good movie.
I forget what movie it was, but the lady's the spoof is from Signs, and her hat keeps getting bigger.
Oh, that's one of the best bits.
It's so fucking funny. I don't remember what movie it was, but
I think it
was like a Scary Movie-esque.
I think it's Scary Movie either 2 or 3.
It doesn't matter.
It's one of the sequels.
I don't have to fight these guys.
But that is the bit that Jedi know when to run and when to fight. Right. You should be running, bro.
I gotta get out of here. Let me. Oh shit! I should have killed those guys. I'm all right. I'm fine. Out of the way, Peck.
Oh man. All right, so that was stuff that we were freaked out by as kids. What's something today? Give me one thing today
that still freaks me out.
As an adult, it doesn't have to still. Maybe it's something new. Maybe something you didn't know until you were an adult. Like, you know, those eyelash mites that live in your eyes. Like, I didn't know about that until I was an adult.
Oh, I'm pretty unnerved by bodies of water.
Big, can't see the bottom type stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Freaks me. Like, we'll take a float trip every once in a great while, and I'm just kind of terrified the entire time. Really? Because I'm like, I'll drown.
You can feel yourself being like all anxious and stuff.
I'm getting
just while you're doing it.
I'm getting sucked in now. There's some deep creature within the Merrimack River.
Yeah. What
and
if
I'm
something
like,
just reaches up and grabs your ankle?
Right. That's it. I'm going down. There's nothing I can do about it. Drowning kind of freaks me out. I think it's a healthy fear of drowning that I have.
Yeah, that's the fear, is that something's going to grab my leg, which will cause my heart to stop, and then I will drown.
And that'll be it. That'll be the end of it.
Which I can't think of a much worse way to go.
That's horrible. So yeah, that freaks me out. Fish in general kind of creep me out.
Really? Fish?
Yeah, fish are just, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, fish?
Not much.
What's your deal?
I'll tell you that. They're not thinking a lot.
Very little.
I'm trying to think of smart fish. Are there examples of smart fish? Remember in the Mythbusters, they tried to teach that goldfish to do a maze? It seemed to kind of work.
The octopus is pretty smart.
Octopuses are smart, but they're not fish.
No.
They're cephalopods.
And they're fucking cool.
Is that what they are? They might be aliens.
They might be aliens.
Just to wrap it back around to aliens like Star Wars, huh? See? It's an alien fear episode. Ooh.
Spooky!
But seriously, just close your eyes and listen to...
Close your eyes right now. Quit playing the game.
The Unsolved Mysteries theme whenever we're done with this. It's on YouTube or whatever. You can listen to it. Close your eyes, pretend you're 8, and you're just laying in your bed trying to go to sleep, and you hear that theme.
And if you're wondering why you didn't hear it during today's episode...
No, this is I'm telling people to do it.
I don't need that kind of heat.
Go do it. We can't play the music here.
Probably not.
But we can play a little bit of Robert Stack talking. Do a little bit of that so you can get an idea of the vibe if you're unfamiliar.
He's so sexy.
It's fucking hot.
It's hot.
But if you want him to just be pure hotness, watch him in Airplane.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Lloyd Bridges is so good in that movie.
Man, this game's great.
This game's great. You should keep playing this game.
I might. We'll see.
We gotta get out of this creepy, spooky mindset. I don't want to go home yet. Let's keep playing the game.
This whole time I was supposed to be saving Jar Jar, and hopefully he's dead.
That's your mission? That's what they banked on kids wanting to do?
Save Jar Jar. People are gonna love him.
Remember that weird candy that was just his mouth was on a sucker stick,
and he would sucked open his
it up,
tongue,
and you had to suck his tongue.
You had to suck his tongue. Delicious. All right, we're gonna go suck on our Jar Jar pops now. We'll see you later.
Yeah, now we're all creeped out.